Share my screen. Are you able to see my screen? I just want to make sure.
Yes, yes, we can see our screen.
Yes.
Yes. Pratik,
Okay, I think someone is waiting for
Yes.
to join. Yeah.
Selamat sore Bu Yayu.
Selamat sore.
Hi. Okay, so we'll start, right?
Yes, yes, we can start.
We can start, Mr. Ayu.
So, Anek, I just want to make sure before starting. So you already provide the high-level demonstration of WallPost, right? So no need to go for the other modules, only the manufacturing and CRM I have to cover today.
Only manufacturing module for today, Mr. Ayub, because regarding another module, Mr. Shaf will explain to his client, Mr. Ayub.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Anek. Okay, we'll start. Okay, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Ayub. I'm working as a senior business analyst in WallPost company. Okay, and especially I'm looking for the manufacturing and the finance module development. And actually, I'm a product modules. Okay, so so the manufacturing module has two sub-modules: manufacturing operation modules and the CRM modules. So here you can see the CRM and the manufacturing. Okay, we have a CRM. It's manufacturing CRM. It's not a general CRM. So we developed the CRM module to cater the services for the manufacturing. So that's what. Every operation module, we have a separate CRM to manage their sales actually. So in the CRM, in the CRM module, same like other CRM, you have to create a lead. Okay, if there is an existing customer or lead, you have to manage the existing customer, or you have to create the new leads. Okay, and also we have an option to create the sales target, and also you have an option to create the sales team. You have to manage the separate team, and you can create an inquiry, and you have to assign this inquiry to the different team, and you have to convert this inquiry into the quotations, and the quotation, once the quotation is confirmed, and you have to create the sales order, and once the sales order is done, and you have to start the manufacturing process, like you have to create a production schedule, and you have to create the production order, and once the production order is created, and you have to track the production status, like you have to add the material consumptions details, and you have to add the material wastage. Whatever the quantity is produced, you have to update the quantity produced, and also you have to distribute the direct operation cost, indirect cost, and the overhead cost. And at the as per in the manufacturing company, they want to see at the end what is the actual cost of the productions, and you will get the cost of the productions, and also you can see the status of the production as well. Okay, so I will start from the product budget, because that is very important. Bill of material and product budget is very important for the manufacturing industry. So before going to the bill of material and product, we have two type of we have two things, two type of manufacturing process. One is it's a standard process. It's a basic process. You have to create the sales inquiry, sales quotation, sales order, and a production order, and sorry, production schedule, and the production order, and then you have to track the status of the production, and you have to update the material consumption details, you have to update the material wastage details, and you have to distribute the product cost, operation cost, you have to distribute the indirect cost. Okay, this is the one way. And the another method is, might be in your industry, in your manufacturing company, you have a different process. Okay, like a stage wise process. to complete one finished product, you may require three stages to complete. Like you have to input your raw material and you have to get this semi-finished product first. Then you have to input this semi-finished product into the next stage, and you are getting the another semi-finished product, and again you are submitting this semi-finished product into uh, another stage, and you are getting the finished product. Okay, so we have two method. You have a phase-wise production order tracking, and also we have a standard production order tracking. So we are managing this a type of manufacturing process. It's based on the settings. Okay, so here you can see the settings called. So do you want to create a production schedule based on the previous history and forecast? So system will automatically create a production schedule based on the previous history and forecast. This is the one thing. And the another one is, do you want to production schedule based on each customer wise or product wise? Okay, so there are two things. So that's what. So this is the ERP software, and each customer have their own requirement. That is the reason we are managing all the all the functionalities based on the settings. Okay, do you want to manage the production order product wise or customer wise? You can manage it. And another option is every sales order have same production. Do you want to manage with the same production or job order? So let's say you have uh, you are getting sales order from your clients, and you are getting order from your clients. Might be it's for the same product, and might be it's for the different product. If it is the same product, do you want to keep it in the same production order? If it is a different product, do you want, if it is the same product, might be it's a different customer order, do you want to keep it in the same different production order? You can keep it. So you can manage through these settings. And how do you want to assign the new production job order to the production? Okay, till the assigned production is completed, everyday schedule, so you can manage like this. And how to manage sales orders after the production is scheduled? Add to the queue automatically, scheduled or manually. Okay, when user create the production. So these are the settings. Okay, I'm not going to the detail, but this is very important. That's what I'm just I'm just explaining the settings actually. So here you have to manage. Okay, it's based on your manufacturing process. You can define this. Okay. So how do you want to manage waste? BOM item. So some companies, as per our understanding, and some companies, they are managing their waste same like the BOM item, the raw material. They are managing the wastage item. It's a raw material. Some companies, some clients, okay, they don't want to manage the wastage item as a same raw material item. It's a different item. They need to consider as a different item, and they want to track the wastage item in their inventory. Okay, so that is the reason we are giving an option. How do you want to manage the wastage item? Yes, same like a BOM item, or wastage item is a separate. So this is the one, and it's another setting called the general settings. Okay, here you see that when user create a bill of material, do you want to send a review and approval? So here you can manage when user create a bill of material. So every manufacturing industries, you are following to create, you are creating the bill of material, right? To create a finished product, okay, you need, these are the raw materials, and you need this is the operation cost, and this is the overhead cost required, and this is the indirect cost required. So for that, you are getting the what is the total cost involved in this production, and you are adding your profit margin, and you are considering, okay, this is the price of the product, finished product. So might be in your company, you may require whenever the user production team is creating the bill of material, you may require the approval. So you have an option to create approval flow. Okay, if it is yes, there is an option to set up the approval flow. And when user create the end, there are two type of in manufacturing industry, as per our understanding, there are two type of industry. Okay, so some manufacturing companies, they are dealing with only the standard product. So you know that, okay, these are the product you are going to provide. Let's say you are a facial production company. So you know that you have some set of product like facial tissue, kitchen tissue, toilet tissue, something like that. And so you are producing only that. Okay, you are not going to change based on the customer requirement. Okay, always your product is standard and you are not going to change anything based on the customer requirement. Might be you are changing something like customer logo and all you are changing, but you are not going to change the basic product. Okay, the finished product, it's always same. And another thing is, okay, you are dealing with always it's a customized product. Let's say you are a fabrication, you have fabrication company and you are producing the fabrication product. Okay, it's a steel product or something like that. So it's always change. Okay, it's based on the customer requirement. The customer is coming and they are giving the dimensions, they are giving the size of the product and everything, and you are always producing the product based on the customer requirement. So that is the reason when user create the inquiry for the customized product costing and budget. So you have an option. Okay, when you are getting an inquiry for the customized product, you are adding the inquiry details as a salesperson, and you submit the inquiry. Then you go to the costing engineer to do the costing. So because it's a customized product, you want to understand, okay, what are the raw material required for this product, and also you want to understand what are the operation cost involved and what are the indirect cost involved and what are the overhead cost involved. And also you have to define, you have to decide what is the profit margin you have to apply for this customized product. So that is the reason we are adding these settings. Okay. And another one is, okay, do you want to manage product-wise activities for costing and production process? Yes. So here you are putting like this. Okay, you want phase-wise or activity costing, and another one is, okay, if you are creating default phases, let's say you are dealing with the phase-wise manufacturing process. And so whenever you are creating the default phases, there is an option to create a default phases. Here you can see the like product budget, procurement, supply management. Also here you have an option to set the product budget, and you have an option to set the default phases. So you can define some standard phase details. So you can use it for any production order. Okay. So if you are creating the standard phase, so you have to set up the workflow and it will go for the approval. And once it is approved, it will be considered as a standard phase and you can use it for any of your production. And here you see that it's a fixed cost and phase-wise activity. This is what I mentioned in the initially. Okay, there are two type of a manufacturing process. One is phase-wise and another one is fixed cost. Okay, if it is a phase-wise, in the same production order itself, you have an option to define the multiple stages. Like stage one, okay, this is the raw material required. Stage two, these are the raw material, semi-finished or raw material required. Stage three, these are the raw material and semi-finished product required. So you have to define all your phases. Let's say you have 10 stages, you have to define all these 10 stages. And also you have an option to add the consumption, raw material consumption based on the phase-wise. And you have to distribute your costs based on the phase-wise. So at the end of the production, you will get the phase-wise, each phase, what are the costs involved and how much is the cost, and each phase-wise you can understand. And also you can, if there is any variation or anything, okay, definitely, because even though it's a phase-wise or fixed cost, you are doing the product budget initially, right? You are estimating this cost. So at the end, management, what they want, okay, what is the estimate cost and what is the, because estimate cost is very important to provide the price, okay, price of the finished product. And also you want to understand what is the actual cost. And if there is any variation, management should decide, okay, what they have to do in the future order actually. So I hope you understand the idea of the manufacturing and how it's working, and it's based on the what are the type of manufacturing process, and what is the type of product, like a standard and customized product. So do you have any question here to understand, or I can go with the plan? Uh, let's say it's a machine capacity. I have to go with the process.
Okay, I think it is better to continue first, and then I will have another some question maybe later.
Okay. Okay. Before I continue, I just want to, okay, whatever I am explaining, okay, you are getting right, you are understanding. Okay. If there is anything, you can just let me know and I will just explain again, actually. Okay.
Sure.
I don't
Yeah,
want.
thank you.
Okay. First we have to talk about the product budget and bill of material. That is very important. Uh, So the bill of material and product budget, it's almost same. Okay, what is the difference is the product budget, we are adding all the informations like raw material details and operation cost details, indirect cost details, and overhead cost details. But in the bill of material, we are adding only the raw material details. We are not going to add any other cost details because BOM, why we are keeping these two things, because in the manufacturing, especially you are in the manufacturing industry, you guys knows, because when you come into the costing, okay, it's always the finance part, finance a team job actually, finance, or it's a different team is looking on the job cost and everything. If it is a BOM, okay, because BOM is always preparing in the manufacturing team, okay, because the manufacturing team should aware about what are the raw materials required, how many quantity required, everything. So that is the reason, okay, we are keeping the bill of material separate and the product budget separate. But once you create the bill of material, so you no need to create the product budget bill of material details because it is automatically adding, okay. I will show you because I'm not going to explain the bill of material because it's a part of product budget. But why we need to separate? Because if it is a separate team is preparing the BOM and product budget, then in that case, okay, we have to use the BOM and the product budget. If it's not a separate team, if it is not a separate team, then in that case, you have to use the product budget always. 1 minute, sorry. Okay, so we'll go to the product budget. So let's say you see that, okay. So in the item master, there is an option to define the, so let's say you are managing, you are handling with the customized product, or you are handling with the standard product. Let's say we are handling with standard product. So what you are going to do, if it is a standard product, you know what are the standard product you are going to sell your customer. So what you are going to do, you have an option in the finance, okay, to create a item details. Okay, so even it is a raw material or finished product, you have to create the item details in the inventory module. Okay, so how you are going to create the item details? So I just want to show you how it will be and how we are segregating the finished product and raw material. Let me go to the finance module. And inventory. And here you can add the master. Here it's an item. Here it's an item. And here you can see the non-inventory and inventory. If it is an inventory, again, you can see the subgroup called finished product, raw materials, spare parts and consumable goods, semi-finished. So here we can identify, okay, so it's a finished product or raw material, or it's a semi-finished product. So it's always, you have to keep it in your mind. So if you are dealing with a standard product, okay, you have to create all your finished product in the inventory master or item master. So it should be, the subgroup will be the finished product, and all the raw material should be the raw material group, a subgroup actually. All the semi-finished goods should be in the semi-finished goods group. And here you can add the cost price, sales price, minimum stock level, maximum stock level, valuation method, lead time, department, UIM group. And if there is any tax associated with, you can associate the tax, and the description details, product line, brand, base unit, supplier barcode. If there is any supplier barcode, you can add it. And if the item has a batch, you have to enable the batch details. Okay. And you can define the sales revenue ledger of these items, and purchase ledger of these items, inventory ledger of these items. Purchase ledger means it's a cost of goods sold ledger. And here you can add the warehouse. You can select the warehouse, and you can add the opening quantity of the warehouse as of date. And also we have an import option as well. Okay. So initially you can import, and in normal time, you can create from here itself using the GUI. And if it is a bulk items in the initial time, you have to go and download the import format, and you can add all the item details and upload it again in the system. Then system will automatically add all these items details. And also here, we have a unit conversion details. Sometimes you are, let's take one example of facial tissue. Okay. The facial tissue, okay, you have tissue boxes. One tissue boxes contains 200 ply, 200 sheet of facial tissue, and 400 sheet of numbers of facial tissue. Okay, it's vary. Okay, and it's based on the company, how they are dealing with the client. Okay, their customer. And also, you are selling your facial tissue by packet. Okay, one packet contains six tissue boxes or 5 tissue boxes. Okay, and one cartoon contains 5 packets. The total one cartoon contain, in that case, one cartoon contains, okay, five. In one packet contains six boxes, right? So 5 into 6, it's a 30 boxes in one cartoon will come. Okay, so to understand the system, okay, so here you have to define, okay, let's say same like, okay, 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 gram. Okay, same like, okay, you have to define like, okay, one facial tissue, one box contains 200 pieces of facial tissue. One pack contains 6 boxes, and one cartoon contains 6 pack. So in that case, so whenever you are selling the facial tissue boxes, so system will automatically identify, okay, in our inventory, 200 facial tissue will be reduced. Okay, might be you don't want to track the facial tissue wise. Okay, you want to track by box wise. So in that case, your base unit will be the box. Okay, so let's say let's consider, okay, we are going to use the box as a base unit. So in that case, so whenever you are selling the pack, so system automatically identify based on this conversion rate. Okay, so one pack contains 6 boxes. So automatically system will reduce 6 boxes in your inventory. So whenever you are selling the cartoon, so system will knows, okay, one cartoon contains 6 pack. So 6 pack means 6 into 5. Okay, 6 into 6, it's the 36 boxes we are going to reduce in the inventory. So that is the reason we are adding the unit conversion. You can define your unit, and you can add whatever the conversion rate and whatever the base unit. All these things you have to add it. So there is no problem. So it's all will be the based on the settings. So you have to define your multi-unit details, and you have to define your conversion rate, and based on that, system will reduce your inventory. Okay, so you understand, right? How to create the finished product, how to create the raw material, and how to differentiate, how to because it's already integrated with the finance module and inventory module. So our manufacturing module is always it's already integrated with the finance and the inventory module and procurement module. So that is the reason we are adding all the integrated integration details like sales revenue ledger, cost of goods sold ledger, inventory ledger, and multi-unit details. And if there is any preferred supplier, might be you are already signed an agreement with your supplier, and you are, let's say, raw material, you are going to use one supplier to get the raw material. So you have to define the supplier details and lead time details. So we are working on the some automation process like purchase auto purchase request. So whenever the item reduces to the minimum level, system will automatically create a auto purchase request and send to the procurement team to start the procurement process. So you understand. I hope you understand this. And so whenever you create a finished product, so you can see here because it's all items we already created the product budget. That is the reason it is showing it's a revise. Okay, if it is a new product, you can see the create product budget. Okay, so you can see the button called create product budget. Okay, currently I don't have any new items, so I'm going to use the revise options. So here you see that here you can see the product name, and you can see the product line details and the quantity details. Okay, how many quantity for one piece of bassinet production. Okay, so you have to define what are the raw materials required. Okay, so you have to select, let's say I need laminated boards, 10 quantity, and what is, you can see the price of this. And here you can see the quantity with the wastage, quantity excluding the wastage. Okay, so here you have an option. Okay, quantity with the wastage. So for example, if you are giving the wastage quantity with the wastage means 10 with the wastage. So let's say it's a 5% is wastage. So system will automatically calculate. If you are using the 10 quantity of this raw material, 0.5 percentage, 0.50 quantity will be the wastage. Okay, it's expected wastage. Okay, and you can add more like this. And raw material, if it is a semi-finished product, you have to select the semi-finished. I don't have any semi-finished product. I'm just material. MDF. Okay, let's say 10, and you can see the if it is a multiple, and you can see the multiple because I'm using the multi-unit. We have feet and meter. Okay, I already defined in the item master. Okay, 1 feet is equal to this much meter. So that is the reason it is changing. And feet 120 and meter is 100. Okay, and if there is any expected wastage percentage, you can add it. And also here you see that there are some items it's not this cost is not required, because especially you are using the semi-finished product, because you already considered the raw material cost. Again, you are adding the semi-finished product cost, it will be double actually. So that is the reason we are adding it's this we have to consider as a cost or not consider as a cost. Okay, and here again copy line item from the existing template. That is the reason I told, okay, you have to define your standard template. So you no need to create always the uh, material details and always, because whenever you are introducing the um, new set of product, finished product, so you have to use the existing template, and you have, once you select the existing template, automatically the system will fill the details. So let's say I'm going to add the template one. I don't know, I have proper data here. I'm just adding like this. So you see that all the details will come here. Okay, all the existing template details will come here. So you have to define all your template and keep it ready. And whenever you are creating the product budget, you can use the existing template. And this is the operation cost. Okay, this is not like phase wise. Okay, phase wise is different. I will show you after this. And this is actually the standard one, fixed cost. And here you can see, okay, let's say manpower we are expecting to produce this one piece of one piece. Okay, we are expecting 10 manpower. Labor cost is 10, and we are expecting machine cost is 5, and we are expecting let's say I'm going to put 100, 50, and we are expecting some other cost, let's say 100. Okay, you can define, you can add whatever the cost involved here. Okay, then another one is like overhead cost. Here again, you have to add, okay, let's say I'm expecting electricity cost of 100, and I am expecting some other cost like transportation, let's say 100 again, sorry, 10 again. And you can add the other repairs, machine repairs, we are expecting 10. Okay. So you see that it's overhead cost, operation cost, and material cost. It's automatically added. And I'm expecting some indirect cost. Let's say I'm going to add the 10% of indirect cost. So let's say 100. Okay. And profit margin, I'm going to add 50% of profit margin. So you can get the final selling price for this. Okay. So you can update it, and if you want to update the item, you can, instead of going to the, without going to the item master inventory module, you have to update it from here as well. So this is the product budget. So you have to, if it is a standard product, you have to always create the product budget initially. The first step is to create the product budget. You have to add all your items in the inventory module. And the next step is you have to create a product budget. So based on your experience, okay, you know that to produce one box of facial tissue, okay, these are the raw materials required. This is the operation cost involved, and this is the overhead cost. This is the indirect cost, and this is the profit margin we are planning to put it in the on top of the cost. So this is the final selling price. You will get a final selling price. So whenever you are creating the any inquiry, anything, so system will automatically show this price as a final selling price. So you have to apply the discount. It's all again, it's based on the settings. I hope the product budget is clear, because that is very important. So the product budget is not like it's an actual, it's an expected, estimated value of the production. So this is the product budget, and bill of material I already mentioned. Okay, bill of material, you can see only the product with you see that you have an option to create a standard template for the bill of material. So you have an option always to create the standard template with name. Okay, if it is a standard template, so you no need to select the product name. You have to create a template name. And here it's a product name, and you can put the quantity, and you can add all the raw material required for the bill of material. So, and also I already explained, okay, what is the difference of bill of material and product budget. And some company, their bill of material creation team is different, and the product budget creation team is different. So in that case, you can use both. If the team is same, then you can ask them to use the product budget in that case. Okay. And we have to go to the CRM, and we have to find what are the features available in the CRM. So the first thing is you have to create a lead. Okay, whenever you are getting the inquiry from your new lead, okay, new inquiry you are getting, what you are going to do, you are going to create a lead actually. So here you can add you are creating a lead or contact. Okay, you have an option. You are going to create a lead or contact, and you have to select it's a company or individual, and company name, industry type, source, all the details you can add it. And also you have to add the contact details as well. Okay, once you create the leads, okay, you can see all the active leads here. And in the leads, you have an option to create a meeting. Against the leads, you have an option. So this is the sales activities. Every leads, once you get the leads, and what you are going to do, you are going to fix an appointment with them to discuss the requirement or discuss the sales requirement. Okay, so you have to go and create the meeting, and you have to, sometimes you are adding the call. So each lead, okay, as a sales manager, you can understand what are the actions your sales team is going to take. Okay, so whenever, so you can instruct your team, sales team, okay, whenever they are meeting their client, you have to add the meeting details here. Whenever they are getting the call, okay, they have to add the call details here. So as a sales manager, as a management, you can easily understand, okay, your sales team is working properly and they are in the right direction. If there is any no follow up, okay, so you will get a notification for the inactive lead. Okay, so this is the so you have an option to create a meeting. um, so here you see that to create add new meeting. So I can add the title, date, and all these details. And once you create a meeting, and you have an option to create the update, reschedule, okay, on hold, and complete. Once you complete, okay, you have to add the complete, enter the meeting results, and attached, if there is any document, if they provided, you have to attach it. And what is the next action, schedule a meeting, interested, not interested, whatever the things, and you can update it. Same like a meeting, you can create a calls and all these things. Okay, and so you create a lead, and the another step is, okay, you have to add the inquiry details. Okay, what type of inquiry it is. So you don't want to create always, you don't want to go always the create lead option. So here we have an option, we have a shortcut to create a lead from here itself. Okay, in the inquiry page itself, you have to create the lead. You no need to go and create the lead from the home page. So you have an option from here in the inquiry itself to create a lead. And I'm selecting one existing lead. And here you see that, do you want to create a quotation for one-time delivery and regular contracts? So sometimes, okay, uh, it's again based on the industry. So sometimes customers sign an agreement with you. Uh, it's a contract based. They are, okay, they are giving some measurement, and or let's say they are giving, they need your product. Okay, they need for 1 year continuously. Okay, they are creating a contract with you with the price, and you are agreeing all the terms and conditions of the clients, and you are mutually understand, and you are signing a contract. Okay, so in that case, okay, you don't want to create always the inquiry and all these things. So you are going to create a contract, and whenever the customer need a product, you are going to create a sales order from the contract, not from the inquiry, quotation, whatever it is. Okay, so that is the reason we are giving an option. It's a one-time delivery and the regular contracts. You can create either regular contracts or one-time delivery. If it is a one-time delivery, you have to follow the complete step. If it is a regular contract, also we have to follow all the steps, but not all the time. If it is a 1 year contract, you have to, whenever the customer is requesting for the items, so you have to create a sales order. So automatically system will take the price and everything, and you have to start working on that. You have to create a production of that. And another question is, customer inquiries about standard product or customized product. Okay, this is what I mentioned. Okay, there are two way of manufacturing product, two type of manufacturing product. One is standard. So some companies, they are following with the standard product. Let's say I'm the manufacturing company of electrical and plumbing material. So I'm always dealing with only the standard material. I have switches, I have breakers, uh, I have fans, I have ACs. So I'm always going to create only my standard product. I have always standard product only. Okay, I don't have any other product. So that is the reason. So in that case, we know that, okay, it's a standard product. We are going to create a standard product, all these things. So whenever you are getting the inquiry, what you are going to do, you are selecting the standard product, and you are just putting quantity required, let's say 100 quantity I required. And if there is any, if you want to put the weight, it's because of the customs purpose, might be. It's based on the weight they are charging the custom duty or something. You have to put it, and you can see in stock. If it is a standard product, sometimes it's already in the stock, available stock. So you can just deliver it and you can create a sales invoice and get the amount. If there is no stock, then you have to start to produce these items. You have to go with the production order. And if there is any discount, you have to put, there is no price updated. Let's say, I'm not sure. Price is updated. Yes, a price is updated here, and you can see the unit price and how many quantity it's required. Let's say 100 quantity, and I don't have any stock because and also if there is any discount you are giving, you can give a discount, and you can see the total value. And if there is any remarks, you have to put the scope of work, whatever it is. Let's say test, and you can add it. And another thing is, let's say it's a standard product, because you know the standard product details, you can just select it. If it is a customized, okay. So here you see that you cannot select the product. You can add the product. Okay, I need steel tank with meter cube or something like that. Okay, let's say it's, and how many quantity, it's a 110 quantity, and you can select the piece, and you can add the dimension details like a size this much, length this much, width this much, all these details you can add it. Okay, then submit. Then once you submit, it will go to the production team to estimate the cost, to create the product budget, because we don't know nothing about this product details, only we have this information, and it's based on that. So what the estimation team is doing, they are going to create a product budget. First they are going to create the items at least with minimum information and finish a product, but we are keep it in the, because we don't want to create always these items and keep it in the inventory. We are keeping as inactive items, and we are adding some mandatory information, and we are estimation team is adding what are the raw materials required, what is the operation cost involved, and they are getting the final selling price. So once you save this, submit is, so system will send a notification to the estimation team who is responsible to do the estimation, and he is receiving a notification in activity, and he can create the product budget for this. And once it is done, and you can create a quotation. So there are two type of inquiry. One is for the standard product, and one is for another customized product. So this process is different. If it is a standard, it will go to the quotation directly. If there is an approval, after approval, it will go to the quotation. If it is a customized product, it will go to first, after approval, it will go to first the estimation to estimate. And after that, it will go to the quotation. Okay, then you can add, if there is an attachment, you can add the attachment. Okay, so that's it. And the another one is once the inquiry is created, you can see all the inquiries in the here. Actually, you can see all the product costing, because this is actually the customized product. That's the reason it's a product costing pending with it showing actually. And you can see all the open orders initially. And also you can see the, you can filter by like approved, canceled, pending product costing. You can see all these things. And another one is, it's a quotation, open quotation. So inquiry, once it is approved, you can see all its pending, open pending, like, I don't know if there is any pending quotation. Let's see, no relevant quotation. It's like all status. You can see here. So you don't want to, because it's already accepted all this quotation. Once you create an inquiry, let me quickly create one inquiry actually, because you can easily understand how it will be. And I'm just selecting Algebra group and adding this facial tissue as a mighty, and this, and this test. And I don't know if there is an approval flow. It's the okay, inquiry saved successfully. So you see that it's auto approved. There is no approval flow configured. So that is the reason it's already approved. And you can go to the quotations. You can go to, you see that, okay? Approved inquiry you can see here. You can create a quotation directly here. So you want to add some additional information, whatever the details you added in the inquiry always automatically populated here, and you can add the if there is an advance payment, and you can add against the delivery upcoming invoice, and if there is any guarantee check required, and the delivery start terms and conditions you can add it delivery. And this information we are taking from the inventory module. There is a master called the delivery terms. Okay, you can define all your delivery terms and you can add it, and payment based on cash, and I'm just putting test. And if there is any delivery schedule, I don't think any delivery schedule, let's say, and then save it. So quotation, it's already added. So once the quotation is created, if there is an approval flow, it will go again approval after approval, because there is no approval flow configured, because by default it is approved. It's considered as an approved. And you can see the immediately the status will be changed, send it to client. Okay, you can send it to client, and you have an option directly. You can send by email, fax, courier, all these things. I'm just selecting it's a direct handover, and you can send. So quotation sent. Okay, so you see that it's a pending with the client. Status will be changed. And once it's the pending with the client, you can see all the quotation from here. You see that all the quotation. You see that Aljabar group. Okay, this is the pending group, pending quotation actually. Okay, and I'm just selecting from here. You can see the pending with the client option, and I can have an option accept. Once you accept, you have to attach what is the accept. Whenever they are accepting, whenever we are getting acceptance from the client, they are sending the PO, right? Purchase order. So you can add the date of acceptance and upload it. So pending with the client, there is no pending with the client. It's already everything. It's approved. So here, again, you have to see the quotation. It's all completed quotation, like accepted quotation. You can see here Aljabar. You see that Aljabar group. This is the one actually. And so that is accepted. And what is the next step? So you have to confirm the order. So here you see that it's the Aljabar group. There is one order pending, and you have to create a sales order, because this order is very important, and you have to confirm, okay, this is the order, and you have to submit. So expected delivery, we are expecting for 25th, then submit. So sales order will be created. So here you can see the completed sales order. Here you see all the Aljabar, and here you have an option to revise, and you have an option to print performa invoice, you have an option to print, and you have an option to cancel. And this is actually the priority change. You can change the priority. Okay, and so this is the pending sales order. So up to the sales order, you understand. If it is a contract, okay, you have an option expired pending contract. You can see its inquiry type is pending. It's a contract, so you can see the pending. You can create a contract directly here. So once the sales order is done, so what is the next step? Okay, there are two methods actually. If it is a standard product, might be you have a stock. Okay, so what you are going to do, you are going to create a delivery note directly from the inventory module in the finance. Inventory, you can create a orders to deliver. You see that. You can see all the pending sales order which we need to send. But whatever the item has a stock, so only that item we can show here. We can see here. So you can create a delivery note directly here. Okay, either by partially or fully you can do that. And if you here you see that you have an option to reduce the quantity. Let's say the 999 quantity there. Okay, so let's say now we are sending only 500 quantity. So you have an option to add 500. I think there are some issues. Maybe it's because of all the data. Okay, so you can add the quantity because it's already delivered 99. It's current stock. It's one quantity only. That's the reason. Okay, I cannot put it because it's a current stock there. It's showing. It's a one quantity, and you can save it and you can make a delivery note and you can create a sales invoice as well. How you are going to create a sales invoice in the either you can go to the sales or you can go to the accounts. Create an invoice and add new. Select Aljaber group. And you can see the delivery note which you prepared for the Aljaber group. There is no delivery note which is prepared. So this is actually only if you have a stock. Excuse me. Sorry for that. And this is actually only for the if you have a stock. If you don't have a stock, what you are going to do? You have to produce an item, right? So how you are going to produce an item? So let's say here, it's a production schedule. So you see that it's a facial tissue SMIT. It's based on the item wise. You can schedule it. So here, there is a machine settings actually. Here you can define for this item production, you may require 2 hours. One box of tissue production, you may require 1 hour. Or let's say 30 minutes. Okay, you have an option in the machine settings to define. Okay, how we are going to define the machine settings? I just want to show you. This is the machine capacity settings. You can add, let's say product, facial tissue, mighty, and let's say one quantity, one piece pack of facial tissue. Let's say I need 30 minutes. Okay, I have to add all the resources type like machine required, all these details I can add it. And so the cycle time I already set here. So automatically system will show it's a 30 minutes. So I am system is not updated, machine settings is not updated. So that is the reason system is asking how much quantity would you like to produce in 1 hour? Okay, I'm saying it's a 10 quantity. Okay, so ordered quantity is 1. So I may require only 1 day to finish it. Okay, I'm just putting because it's a standard product. Might be I need 100 quantity more. Say 100 quantity more. Okay, it's additional quantity I'm going to produce. So here you see that 30 minutes required. It's for example in 1 hour, 10 quantity I can produce. So every day, based on the shift, only seven hours I configured. So that is the reason it's a 70 quantities. Okay, again, you have an option. Let's say today I'm planning to 15, I can do only the 50 quantity. So the remaining quantity, I'm going to add it like 1 quantity on the next day, or otherwise I can go 30 quantity on this day. Okay, so I can just put it like this. 70 and 31, okay. So I can produce it like I can create a schedule like this. Because of oh, it's a balance quantity to schedule. Schedule to produce. Not sure if it's correct one. Okay, so there are some issues. I'm not sure. There are some. It might be because of the old data. Okay, I can schedule it. Okay, once you schedule it, what happened after schedule? You can see the production order. Once you schedule it, okay, you can see all these items in the production order. You can create a new production order, or you have an option to see from here, facial tissue. Okay, and here you can update the status. What you are going to update the status? Here again, you can see the schedule. Okay, let's say you already schedule it, and the production time, again, you understand, no, we cannot go for the production as per the production schedule. Today, we are planning some machine maintenance. Today, we have to produce, instead of 70, we have to produce only 30. Okay, so you have to adjust it based on that. Let's say I'm going to add 4 today, something like that. Okay, so you can adjust it. Might be tomorrow I'm going to add 8 like this. Okay, so you can again reschedule it if required. And the status, you can add the status, like you can every day you have to update it. Like I don't, it's all old data. That is the reason I cannot select it. You can select the date, and you can automatically the system will show the start date and end date. How many quantity you produced today? 10 quantity, and also you have to add, if there is any scrap quantity, you have to add. If there is any quantity, you take it for sample quality check, you have to add it. So here you can add always the quantity, how many quantity you produced today, and you can update it every day. Let's say you plan this production for 10 days, you can update the 10 days details, and so automatically system knows, okay, out of this is our order quantity, and out of 100, okay, we produced 100 quantity or 90 quantity or 80 quantity, everything. And out of 80, okay, might be 5 is the scrap quantity, and 5 we took for the sample quality for check, so something like that. So you can update always the quantity produced, and you can add all these details. And materials. So here it's a consumption material, consumption details. So here you can select in the warehouse, let's say whatever the warehouse, okay, you have to select the warehouse. By default, the production warehouse will come here automatically. I don't have production warehouse. That's the reason it is not coming. So here automatically system will show based on the product budget, bill of material. System will, let's say you produce 8 quantity, system will tell you, okay, these are the raw materials required. You can see all the raw materials required for the this production. You can see all the raw materials you defined in the bill of material. And also you can see, let's say you produced 100 quantity today. It's based on, to produce 100 quantity, based on the bill of material, system know, okay, these are the raw material required. So you can see the quantity and all these things, and you can update the wastage. You can add all the wastage. And so you every day you have to update the status of the production, like how many quantity you produced, and you can update the raw material status, like how many quantity raw material you are used for these productions. And the system will automatically tell you this is the as per the budget. Okay, this is the quantity required. Might be it is more or less, so you can update it. And also you can add the wastage details. And based on the wastage, based on the bill of material, okay, again system will tell you, okay, this is the expected wastage. You can change it if there is any variation. And also once it is produced, there is an option to convert. You have to transfer into other warehouse. Like how many quantity it's transferred, like 10 quantity. There is no balance quantity, so you cannot transfer it, and you can transfer into the other warehouse as well. And this is the one. And the another thing is like another option is you want to distribute the other cost as well, right? Because you have operation costs like manpower and all this cost, manpower cost and all this. So you want to distribute that as well. So how we are going to distribute and what is the impact of the operation cost in the finance side? So in the finance, there is an option. Let me show you in the finance, there is a settings called manufacturing. Okay, here we are defining cost distribution. There's a settings called cost distribution. Here you have an option, okay, how you are going to, it's operation cost, okay, based on the produced quantity and price. When do you want to calculate, distribute the cost monthly, and who is responsible to do this costing, okay? You have to define which accountant is responsible to do this. And also here you see that these are the expense type which we added in the product budget. And also here you have an option to associate with which ledger it is. Like manpower is associated with the salary ledger, and tools is associated with tool maintenance or tool purchase, and machine is associated with the depreciation cost. Other costs is you can add multiple. So this is the one. And also the same like indirect cost. Okay, this is the settings. It's a one-time settings. You can add all these settings. And here you can add the how do you want to distribute. It's based on the produced quantity, or it's based on the quantity and price. So what is the difference of quantity and price? So let's say you are producing two items, two manufacturing. You have manufacturing company and you are producing product A and product B. Okay, with equal prices like $10 for each item. So in that case, you don't want to go with the produced by price and quantity. You have to go with the quantity because all the cost you are distributing based on the quantity you produced. Let's say 1 month you produced 100 quantity for product A and 200 quantity for product B. So 50%, 25% of, sorry, 25% of the cost will go to the product A, and the another 75% of the cost will go to the product B. It's based on the calculation, of course. Okay, I'll just put as an example. Okay, and again, it's the indirect cost. You have to define all these things. Once you add all these things, there is an option in the product costing. Every end of the month, if it is a month, system will automatically send a request to the responsible person to do this costing. Okay, that because this is very important. If it is not happening, it will escalate because we need to get at the end what is the actual cost involved. So here you can see the operation cost, and I'm going to select, okay, might be I have to do 2021, I have some data. Let's say, yes, I have some data in the 2021 March. So here you see that this is the planned quantity and this is the planned cost and this is the quantity produced. Okay, we produced 10 quantity and table we produced 2 quantity. This is the price and this is the, okay, this is the total price. So system will automatically calculate the cost because it's based on the quantity and the price, right? So the cost percentage we are calculating based on the cost and price. How we are calculating? It's the total price divided by this price. You will get the cost percentage, and this we will distribute because this is the operation cost. How we are getting the operation cost? It's based on the settings which I shown few minutes back. Okay, in the finance, okay, there is a ledger association. We are getting this total cost from there, and actual amount and cost per unit. And once you save it, it will be distributed. And same like indirect cost. Again, 2021 March. Okay, it's based on the quantity produced. You see that it's a different costing actually, and indirect cost and overhead cost you can distribute like this. After end of this cost distribution, you can see the reports. You see that it's all, I just put So here you can see all the quantity produced. Okay, this is the quantity, this is the UIM and the material cost, wastage cost, operation cost, other cost, indirect cost, and the total cost, cost per unit, everything you can see. As a management, you want to see like this, right? So this is actually the, so here you can see the material cost, wastage cost, and all these things. And you can take the printout of this. Reports. And so this is actually the, and another thing is invoice creation and delivery note after completing the production. So quantity will be available. We have to see the available stock, and you can start to make the delivery note, and you can create an invoice. Whenever you are getting the money, you can create a collection invoice collection against the invoice. And if there is any return, you can create a credit note. Okay, this is actually the complete flow of manufacturing. And I just want to show you how it will be the phase wise will work. I don't want to go in detail, but I just want to show how it will be. I don't know I have any phase wise things, but at least I have to show. Okay, you can add the raw material, same like, and you see that it's a add phase. You can add whatever the phase, what is a cutting phase and phase. You can add the input material. In this phase, what are the input material? You can add multiple input material, and you can add the output material here, and you can see the duration. And if there is a resource required, you can add. You can add the another phase, like I don't have like packing. You can add what is the input material, you can add what are multiple input material, and you can add the output material, and you can add a gain phase. If there is any resource type, you can add it. So this is the way we are adding the operations and overhead. Overhead is same like the others. And operations, you can add it like this. And also you can update the consumption against the phase wise. Each phase wise you can update, and each phase wise you can update the wastage. Each phase wise you can update the quantity you produced. Okay, so I'm not going to the detail. I just want to show you as a high level. I don't want to go in detail and entry level wise, because if I want to see the entry level, I have to create a new item for the phase wise, and I have to go with the entire process again. So it will take some time. I hope you guys understand what is the process exactly. And if there is any question, you can ask him.
Silakan, Bapak-Bapak, Ibu mau bertanya?
Well, thank you, Mr. Ayub, for the very detailed and comprehensive presentation. Yeah, actually, let me introduce myself and our company for the first time. Yeah, we actually PT Sopra. So PT is meaning something like a limited for the international salutation for the company. So actually, we are a limited company which produce the we have manufacturing facilities that produce plastic packaging actually. And yeah, and actually for the I just joined with this company for 2 months ago, so still very new for this company. And well, from the your presentation, I really appreciate as actually we see something like new and modern UI UX and of course integrated, yeah, from even for the CRM. I really impressed, yeah. Actually I have experience for the CRM last time with Salesforce.com, but now you in this WallPost it's integrated into the sales or sales functionality. Yeah, it's really interesting for me. Yeah, and also, was actually I really appreciate and interested is the integration, yeah, from the beginning to the end of the story on the finance section, yeah. And yeah, for the Sopra, for this company, again, still quite new company. Actually, not really new, yeah, but it's something like a traditional company, still traditional companies, local, yeah, local companies. So we are running under the traditional management so far. But during the pandemic, actually, we got something like even like a blessing, yeah, because during the pandemic, the plastic packaging is sales is demand is getting higher, yeah, even something like boom, yeah, like getting a significant increase, yeah. It's like a nice problem, but of course that's why we now consider of upgrading or migrating our current system. Yeah, it's not integrated one. Yeah, but we still using the very manual, not really manual. Yeah, very simple system actually. So on our company, actually, we still using two different platform, yeah, a group of platform, yeah. One is the under the production. It's pretty similar with what you presented just recently. Yeah, it's hello.
Yes, yes, Adi.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But we have another integration with the e-commerce. Yeah, all are developed by our internally. Yeah, internally developed. Yeah, but of course, because of it's just internal development, so it's not integrated yet. That's the problem. The second, I mean, the second environment is under the GL. Actually, this is the problem. Yeah. Our GL accounting is actually using the very simple one. Maybe Pak Didi and Pak Anak and maybe Bu Yayu really understand about the accurate. It's a very simple. It's a design for the small and medium enterprise actually. So when the company sales or production grows, yeah, quite well, yeah. It's again in the top line is a nice problem, but of course in the back side or back end is something like yeah, we are behind the race, yeah, because the report is very all is not in detail, yeah. That's the challenge, yeah. So actually we still consider to whether we are going to migrate all the platform, yeah, whether on the production side, as I already mentioned about the e-commerce, warehouse management, and also the production schedule, yeah, to and in the finance side for the GL accounting, yeah, into the one environment on that platform, or just migrate the finance, because now the real problem is under the finance. Yeah, we couldn't produce the report in detail. Yeah, so when I first came to this company 2 months ago, actually, I saw the report. Yeah, it's really something like yeah, we have the PN and we have the cash flow, we have the balance sheet, of course, but all with no detailed dimension. It's just such a very traditional report with single dimension. Yeah, no P&L by product, no cost allocation, no something like cost by department. Even cost department cost is we have no at this moment. So we are in the middle of preparing, yeah, or even planning to upgrade it. Yeah. I think again this presentation is very interesting. Yeah, I personally very interested with the integration, and maybe we can have something like I have to talk to with my boss actually, because the owner and the group CEO of this company is actually have IT background, yeah, is a developer. So,
Okay.
of course, all the decision, all the consideration is coming from him, yeah, because he really understands about the detail, yeah. I have experience with the S400 with SAP, but I have no experience on the manufacturing. So that's why we are in the middle of discussion whether we are going to migrate, yeah, to migrate the whole package. I mean, the for production and the second on the GL accounting in one package, or let's say just migrate the GL accounting for the detailed transaction. So my first question, yeah, my first question, is it possible if for the WallPost application or ERP, yeah, if we only take the something like the GL accounting, yeah, and related, yeah, of course the CRM, because the sales is under the CRM module, yeah, or the CRM section, yeah. So if is it possible to if we don't include the under the production, because actually when I saw actually just last week, yeah, just last week or 2 weeks ago, yeah, when my boss gave me the preview, a very quick preview on the production side. It's a very detailed. I'm also impressed as well, because even the product specification is very detailed. The type of I don't know how to mention the ulir, ya. Mungkin Pak Anak atau Bu Pak Anak bisa kasih ya. What the cap of the bottle, ya. The type of the cap, the type, the size, it's a very detailed. And whenever the system input the specification, the specification, it can calculate the something like the something like the estimate of the material to produce for that kind. Yeah, so it's very detailed. So I don't know whether my boss would like to migrate the whole thing, or just migrate the GL, the whole accounting package. I mean, from the sales and the I mean the payment, yeah, payment and the invoicing, yeah, of course, including the fixed asset as well, yeah, the whole accounting package, yeah. So is it possible to just using the accounting, not the whole package? That's my first question. The second one,
Yes.
second question, yeah.
It's possible.
Possible, yeah. Okay, yeah. The second question is if it is possible, yeah, as you already mentioned, that it's possible. So we can manage the API, yeah, of course the API from our current application or our current production to the platform.
So it's again it's a customization. We need to understand exactly what we want, because if the API creation, we need to understand exactly what is the information we required for our side, and also the information required for your side actually. So we need a discussion with because we need to understand the requirement of your software vendor, which you are actually existing system actually, which you are using existing system. We need to understand that requirement. Then only we can say, okay, how we can create the API, what is the effort required, all these things. Okay, it's definitely it's a customization. API development is required for that, and we need to understand the requirement first. Then we will. I think better you can arrange a meeting with your software vendor with the help of Anak and without a team to understand the exact requirement.
Understand. Yeah. Okay, noted. Yeah. And the second, my second question. Yeah. Do you have any something like already the client for the manufacturing company in Indonesia has something like in Indonesia to get experience, yeah, in Indonesia, whether the taxation for detail for Indonesia is a little bit different. Maybe Pak Didi understand very well about the taxation of Indonesia is pretty different with other countries. Yeah.
Anak,
Yes, yes.
yeah, Anak, can you just
Yeah.
because I'm not sure about that exactly,
Okay,
the status of that.
okay. I will explain in English first, Mr. Ayub. So, Pak Hadi,
Yes, please.
currently we don't have any other company right now using the manufacturing module. But regarding any other module, I mean like finance or operation, I mean like finance, HR, and also CRM. Many company already using it.
In Indonesia.
Yes, in Indonesia.
Oh, okay. Noted. Yeah. Okay. Oh, how's the taxation? Yeah, taxation side. Yeah, whether on the VAT, on the value tax, and so on. Yeah, related to the taxation.
Yes, regarding VAT, I believe that it already has been adapted in Indonesia. So we can use finance module for that, Mr.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me, and Mr. Hadi, let me assure you that I've already checked the compliance of the WallPost software with Indonesian taxations, and it's already comply.
Okay. Thank you, Pak Didi. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Again, I think from my side, as the president is cover most of the facilities. Yeah. Again, I have to discuss with Pak Subagio, my group CEO or the owner. Yeah. So we still have open. It's something like on the crossroad actually. Yeah. On the section, vendor section, or even the integration. Yeah. Because we still open for that. Yeah. But of course, based on this presentation, I will update my group CEO, and maybe later we need something like further discussion, yeah, for this year.
Okay, okay, Pak.
And also, if you have something like whether it's a video or just the PDF or whatever material that we can share to our CEO, it's would be better for us to get for that.
Well, actually, Pak Hadi, you can access our website, www.wallpost.com. All the explanation is actually already there. So you can open, and then if you want to conduct some trial, you can also do that using that website, Mr. Hadi.
Okay, noted. Yeah.
Pretty complete there. Yeah, yeah. And also, Mr. Shaf can also give you some complete explanation regarding all the module. I believe that he can support you, Mr. Hadi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Pak Hadi. You can call me for other models. We can discuss it.
Yes, Pak. Yeah.
Okay. I think that's all, Mr. Hadi.
Yes, I think that's it for this moment. Yeah, maybe we can later discuss on email or even with Pak Didi or Pak Syaf, yeah, for further question. Yeah. Again, I have to explain this first to my group CEO, because actually we still in the middle of the discussion with to continue with this system migration. Yeah.
Of course.
Still open. Yeah, everything is still open. Yeah.
Of course, Pak Hadi. Mr. Shaf, do you have any questions regarding today's presentation?
I think it's enough for me. It's all
Okay.
all clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Ayub, I think that's all from us today. Thank you for your very clear explanation regarding
Thank you, Mr. Ayub.
manufacturing module, Mr. Ayub.
Okay. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you for your time as well. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Have a
very
Thank you,
much.
Mr. Ayu. Thank you, Pak Anak and Pak Syaf, ya, Pak Didi, ya, for the meeting, ya, for this presentation conference meeting, ya.
And also thank you, Mr. Berizar, for attending today's
Yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
Okay. Bye-bye, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.